Hello. Hello.
Bowmaska dog thinks you should do 20 squats.
All right.
Okay, that took a very long time to do. I'm gonna be real with you. That took longer than it should have. I'm trying, like, to use all the shortcuts that I have available to me because, like, I have, like, the keyboard in front of me, but then the mouse, it has no battery, none of my batteries in my home can, like, get the signal or something or other working with it, and I have no more backup mice. I've gone through like because like the main mouse that I use, like the G502, that one's like was double clicking for a bit and then it just, ceased to work with its right click. So I could no longer right click things. And so then I went to like a Razer mouse that I had before the Logitech, and that one, just started having both the left click and the right click out of commission. And then I was on to a like, I'm holding it in my hand, it's like I had this really tiny wireless Dell mouse that our work has a whole ton of, and I was like, all right, hopefully this thing will last until I don't know when, like, I had like a bonus or something like that to put towards like a good mouse rather than like regularly like trying to steal like some other mouse. But I can see Bone is more interested in me doing the 20 squats that he's asked me to do like 5 minutes ago, so I'm gonna get that done. What this means, however, is you're not going to be able to see me in a different shirt or anything like that, because that requires me using my mouse to like get to the what's-mahoozy. Anywhoozy. I'll explain more once I do 20 squats and I've said hello to everyone. Alright. Move this chair out of the way. Cookie for Angrel. Welcome to the stream. Oop, I almost like yanked my computer out of the way because, hang on, something's in the path of my... I'm hearing conflicting like sources of sound because I can't mute my game, but I also can't mute the what's-a-mahoozy. I can't mute the music because you guys need some music in the background while I start doing my 20 squats and getting exhausted from this. Give me a minute. Here we go. Hopefully Angro got their cookie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Bone. Woo. Alright, hang on. I'm gonna have a quick sip of water. Ugh. So what's basically been happening... Whew. So, a while ago, I had a really good Logitech G502 mouse. It wasn't wireless or anything like that, but that was my mouse. I rather liked it. In about a year of continuous use with the mouse, or maybe 2 years, I need to look back on when I last purchased. It might have been 2019 when I purchased it, quite frankly, but back in 2022, yeah, 2022, the mouse like broke. Hi there, Hawaiian Pizza. Welcome to the stream. I was trying to get everything sorted. I know a lot of like keyboard shortcuts, like the Alt Tab buttons. Alt gets you into like the start menu of each of the programs. I had to use like the mouse keys on the numpad to try and navigate the mouse, but oh my goodness. Cookie for Talonfizz. Welcome to the stream, Talonfizz. So, yeah, trying to work a PC without a mouse to, like, you know, move the cursor around and all that kind of nonsense is really annoying and really difficult. You're back. Good to see you. Welcome back. It's good. Glad you're able to come back. Hopefully you had a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. One of the two. Hopefully you had a wonderful time. I, for one, am trying to, like... It was very tempting, I will be real with you, to not stream today just because, like, I was missing out on a peripheral and there was, like, no way I could navigate my PC without this mouse. Like, have any of you guys ever tried going, like, not just, like, for a few seconds of, like, oh, I wonder how much I can do in this word processor. Have you tried to, like, do a series of stanks? I'm not a stinky himbo. You're stinky. I can still do this. I still have my stream deck. I can still show a gun and fire it. Watch. Incredible stuff. What I can't do is, like, move the mouse cursor at, like, breakneck speed. So I can't play any, like, first-person shooters or go through any PC games, basically. Not possible. Like, so many of them expect you to use a mouse and what have you. And I have no means. You can say that. It was an army boot camp, so I don't know what to call it. It's an army boot camp is what you call it. So yeah, hopefully you got big. Did you get swole? Do you have some big muscles like me? Do you have big muscles? Do you have big huggy muscles like some like biceps or like maybe a six pack, or maybe you got huge boobs? Did you know that, like, I'm trying to remember how I got, it was like Scandinavia in the World comic or something like that. And apparently in Scandinavia, if you're in, like, you have like a certain budget in the army or something or other. I don't know how this came about. I'm pretty sure it's just propaganda or a meme, but basically, like, women in the Scandinavian army or something like that could go for cosmetic surgery, such as, like, facelifts or breast enlargement, and it's like poggers, like fucking bigger boobs, let's go. I don't know if it's real or not, though, so... Though I don't imagine that's, what happened to Talon. Thank you for the peck dance there, DJs. You're 154 pounds and you can deadlift 370. Hey, good for you! That's over twice your weight! Absolutely fucking fantastic. You could deadlift me. I'm like 260 kilos, or 200, sorry, not kilos, sorry, 260 pounds. I was about to say 260 kilos. I would be fucking, like, in no condition. But yeah, I am huge, DJs. How's it going, by the by? Am I in the text thingy-majiggy so I can do the shut? No, I am not. Hang on a sec. Can I use my buttons? Yes, I can use my buttons. All right. I got to Alt-Tab to OBS, and then, okay, and then, nope, I missed it. All right, and then Tab, no. How do I, okay. I think I got the thingy. All right. 150 pounds. What is a deadlift? A deadlift is like you're doing sort of a lean forward or something, and then you just like go whoop. You're screaming when you do it, and then you like flip it around. So then now you're holding it like this. You're still screaming, and then you lift it above your head, giving the biggest scream you can give. I'm pretty sure that's what a deadlift is. Either that or you're lifting up a dead man. One of the two. All right, hang on a sec. Let me see if I can do this. Yes, cool. I can type, and I can do a shout out to Make Us DJs, who was... Wait, you were doing art this time? You weren't doing music stuff? Meaties. That's cool. Did you do anything cool?
Quote 73. Please don't put me in financial ruin.
Thank you, Blue. Yes, quote 73. Oh, that reminds me. So yeah, Blue, fun fact. My mouse is broken. I can't use a mouse on my PC. I have to use, like, all the keyboard commands, like a fucking, like, hacktivist, where I'm just going, like, click, I'm in. Yeah, I have no mouse now. I've broken all my mice in this house. I have no more mice. Use me instead, Grant. Bone, you're not here. Cookie for Talon. Cookie for Talon. You're not here, Bone, and you're not a mouse. So, Blue, my original mouse was broken in 2022. I've gone through 2 backups. 2 backups. I've already gone through 2 backups. You'll shit. You will fucking not on my stream, Puffin. You're gonna use the toilet like any well-trained cat.
I'm freezing my nuts off.
Talon is freezing their nuts off. So yeah. So, also, oh, yes. Thank you for doing a shout out. Let's have a look. What's in the clip? If it's gonna pop up. Oh, I know why. This is McPuffin.
Bone Musky Dog wanted me to say, do you know those railroad
Oh my god,
ties?
are you just farting in a box right now? You're just shitting and farting in a box.
No. Oh, no. Oh my god. Why? Why did I do this? Hi, Kusaki. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? I have regrets. I have fucking regrets. Oh my
like
god.
a bowel disease from the sounds of it.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my god, how long were you shitting?
God. Fucking god.
It's still going! Puffin! Thank you.
Bone Musky Dog has added quote number 288. You have a bowel disease from the sounds of it.
Oh my gosh, I just realized something. Hang on. Alright. I need to do some alt-tab nonsense, and then... Oh my gosh. So I forgot to turn back on a AR kit thingy-madiggy, and I have to, like, slowly move my mouse with the numpad keys. But yeah, my mouse is broken. The original mouse broke back in, The original mouse broke back in 2022. I had a lovely Logitech G502, and I was like, great, I need to now use a different mouse. So I went to a Razer mouse, a wired one, and that one didn't even last the year. Because it was technically a replacement of like this other, of like, it was technically replaced by the G502 when I first got it. Oh my goodness, I wish I could, like, really quickly show you, like, what my desktop looks like when I have to slowly move the mouse using the numpad keys, but unfortunately, I do not know how to... Alright, hang on. So, and then... Alright, so it's not the resolution. It's not the virtual camera. Ah, here it is. Oh, damn it. Hello. Fuck, I went past it. Alright, hang on. Alright, I just need to... So you have to basically like press either the 4, 8, 6, and 2 to move the mouse around, and it moves like a pixel a key press, unless you hold it down, in which case it can jump up to 5 pixels a key press. All right, there we go. And then, all right, do I look better this time around? Hello there. Also, I need to like here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boop. There we go. Ow. Puffin's only 8% cute? Well, clearly. No one who shits that hard is that cute. Cookie for Jason! There was nothing cute about that. Oh my gosh, everyone's doing their checks. I was not able to catch up on their... Oh wait, hang on a sec. I can read behind me. You redeemed TTS, but Puffin's shitting covered it. You redeemed the, you did the quote thingy-majiggy. Hello, Jason. There was nothing cute about that, Puffin. Oh yeah, Puffin's not cute. They are a fucking menace. Talon has a small problem. Are you too lean? Is that the problem? Oh, and a TTS. Okay, can I... Okay, well, I don't know how... because like my mouse is like here basically, like I can literally point to it. Well, actually, if I point to it, you guys can't see shit. So yeah, I don't have a, so yeah, I have like a mouse cursor, but I can move it like maybe a pixel at a time. So I'm kind of limiting it to the screen I have on the left, which is where my OBS is, because there's some things on the OBS that I don't know the keyboard shortcut command to. Hi there, Masonic, welcome to the stream. Do you know those railroad ties? I can lift one of those with my brother. That's cool. That's neat. Jason can... yeah, Jason as a moderator, well, technically Blue Can as a moderator, they can refund your TTS, so then that way you don't lose out on the channel points from attending. You're out of protein and you can't make your shake? Pain. Literal pain. Any whoosies. So yeah, where was I in my like train? Because I think some people were asking, wait, maybe I can I alt tab and then shift tab? Is that what I need to do? No. Can I like somehow scroll up? Or hang on. Holding down the mouse directions to try and get to like the scrolly thingy madiggies, and then press. All right. Oh my goodness, this is. How did we had computers before mice? How did we like? Oh my god, I can't scroll up in this chat unless page up. Nope, that doesn't work either. Okay, so if chat moves too quickly, I don't have an opportunity to, like, scroll up and scroll down. Just FYI. All right, one of the things I need to do now is I need to go to studio mode and then turn on a thingy-majiggy. Yes, I know, this is all very tragic, Bone. So, yeah.
Bone Masked Dog thinks you should do 20 squats.
Alrighty, I gotta get ready for doing another 20 squats. But I have to, like, it's a journey and a half to move this. Looks like you'll have a Zeebs T-bone steak. You won't have anything of me. That was a gasm, not a crying emote. Oh my goodness. Alright. Hang on a sec. I'm trying to, like, move this mouse cursor so I can, like, go down. Alright, and then yonk, yonk. So I need to check out game sources. And then I'm moving this mouse all the way, like, a little bit to the right. And then... Yep, and then I need to click activate. And then I need to move this mouse, like, really quickly to the right. Come on. Come on. Chat, can I lay with you for like a real minute? Can I like pour my beggars onto you? Can I beg to you for in a minute? Actually, you know what? I'll do my 20 squats and then I'll beg. That way Bone will feel like, you know, obligated to listen to me because they made me do 20 squats. Here we go. 20 more squats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I have eggs in the fridge. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, almost there, 19, 20. Alrighty. Thank you for the 20 squats, Bone, and thank you for the rainbow effect there, Hawaiian Pizza. Alrighty, here's what's happening. You got 12 carton of eggs. 12 cartons of 12 eggs every 2 weeks. Are you like Gaston, where you like eat 4 dozen eggs every morning? When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. But now that I've grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs. I don't need the extra himbo. All right. I'm a little bit out of breath, but here we go. I am now going to lay my plight onto you. So, my original, like, good mouse died back in 2022. I had a replacement, which was basically the old mouse, that died in 2022, basically, like, 2 weeks after my original mouse died. So then I went over to basically taking one of the work mice that we give to people to work from home for. This was a relatively shit mouse compared to, like, the Razer and the Logitech I was using, but granted, it's a Dell. It did exactly what it needed to do. It had a left click, it had a right click, and it had a scroll wheel. Now, that's now broke, and I don't exactly want to keep, like, you know, grabbing more shit from the office. So, here's what I've done. I have put on my throne. If I can get to the tab thingy-majiggies. Click, 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 click. Nope, I cannot. I have to use the mouse keys thing. I have put on my throne a mouse. My intentions is that, you know, I'd start doing contributions to this mouse once I finish the contributions to my CPU. Fortunately, I've put don't have any more monies because I put that into bills, food, and then, you know, paying off to try and get even more like CPU contributions and what have you. And I would really appreciate it. You destroyed 20 pounds of turkey twice during Thanksgiving? Jesus Christ! You went through like 2 whole turkeys during Thanksgiving? Is that a normal thing to do during Thanksgiving? That doesn't sound like a normal thing to do. You destroyed a deer by yourself? A whole... wait. Are Bone and Talon, like, just real-life himbos? Like, just really big peeps? Mine was real. That is some fattened words there. Your mouse isn't available. Fuck! That's a problem. Small dude with a big metabolism. Shit. Home. Wish list. Damn, I can't believe the Logitech's not available. Damn. How do I get it off the list so then that way people don't throw money towards it? Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Edit. Issue fetching variants. Please delete this item, add a different variant, then enter the desired one. All right, cool. Where's the delete button? Okay, it's not there. Hit the delete button. Are you sure you want to delete? All right, so hang on. This is going to be some real fun. Actually, what if I can just move this here? And then I go here. And then I go... actually, hang on a second. Gonna move you over there. Hit Control-N here. Amazon. Damn it, that has my actual name in there. Shit. Oh, wait. Control-Shift-N. Amazon. There we go. Now it's in incognito mode, so you can't see my name. And now if I go... Wait, can I... Alright, so if I hide... So there's the PC, and then I can hide console there. You guys are probably hearing, like, multiple sounds right now. You want zebra meat? You can't have zebra meat. I am ill-equipped to provide zebra meat to peeps today. Alright, and then... Wait, if you have the metabolism of a hummingbird, does that mean you process things really fast or really slowly? No, please do not eat me. Alrighty. Also, why is this, like, moved to the side like that? Like, is it gonna be... Dink, center, normal. Okay, cool. So it's not gonna be, like, you know, ruined or what have you. Alright. So, if I go tab into here, Logitech G502... Alright, hang on. There was a...
Quote 282. God damn it, heaved me.
Okay, so there's the wireless there. Wait, what did Talon say? You have 5 bowls of honey every day with a breakfast burger and a gallon of water for personal thingy-me-tiggy. Hello, Wolf Nerd. Welcome to the stream. I have to, like, do some really clever nonsense to try and, like, get to a mouse. I have no mouse on my thingy-majiggy. Actually, you know what? This reminds me. I should probably go over to here and commit to... All right. So previously I had the G502X Plus wireless. I'm going to confirm that deletion so it's no longer on the wish list. There's a picture of a shoe as a mouse. I just realized that. What the hell, Amazon? What kind of quality control is this? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Foxian Art. Thank you for the follow. All right. So there's the G5. So previously I was using that, the G502. Should I put that on my list again, or should I try and, like, because I kind of want to upgrade to, like, the G502X, because that one's, like, a little bit, like, cooler smoothing and such like that. Nope, we're gonna stay to here. All right, let's have a look. So, because I kind of want a wireless mouse. Did you say Fox? No, I said Fox like Fox Ox-I-A-N art, or like, I'm just weird that way. Fox and art. Anywho, all right. So there's all kinds of buttons. Oh wait, hang on. I should just look up mouse. Why is there so many tabs? Jesus. There we go. Gaming mouse. Unless someone wants to throw, like, a suggestion into the wish list ahead of time, and then I'll just, like, alt-tab back to the wish list thing. You can press tab a lot. Yes. Oop. Went too far. All right. So there's the G502 wireless right there for 126. Then there's the Basilisk Hyperspeed, which, weirdly enough, ooh, which one would get here sooner? What's the advantage of the Hyperspeed versus the wireless? Best for gaming, the Steel Seals Rivia 3. Best for the MMO. Everyone gives the Naga X, like, high praise for MMOs, but it feels like a lot of mice. It feels very excessive. Dun, 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 dun. 5'5", 150 pounds, and you eat a grotesque amount of food. That's a lot of food. You can 3D print a... I'm in Brisbane. I'm a whiles away. Hang on a sec. All right. So I need to... All right. Let's go for... All right. Control Enter. So then that way it's in its new thingy-madiggy. Available at lower prices from other retails. Well, I can't really get it from other retails if I list this one. Well, oh my god, there's so much advertisement. 6 programmable buttons. Alright, so the 6 would be left click, right click. And then
Bone
the
Masked
two
Dog thinks
thingy-majiggies.
you should do 20 squats.
6 programmable credits for engine. Then there's like a scroll. 50 million clicks. That's actually quite a few clicks, but... Alright, here we go. 20 more squats. Have to look for all kinds of... Here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, why are my legs like this?
Bone Masked Dog wanted me to say one of my friends said straight people don't exist in the furry fandom.
16,
I pointed them to you.
17, 18, 19, 20. Go deep? What do you mean go deep? What, you think I'm doing like some half-ass squats, am I? Absolutely not. I'm doing some real good, high-quality, deep sumo squats. I am doing some high-quality, deep sumo squats. Okay. You'll go deep for me? Thank you oh so much. I very much like... I personally like the G502 because you get to, like, click out. Like, you can turn on, like, the scrolly thingy-majiggy to be, like, super fast or super slow. Yeah, let's see. Wait, why is there two different... Oh, because one's sponsor. That's why. All right, hang on. Can I get to... and then... Why? Ah! Alright. I'm not going to be able to do, like, weird button mashing correctly or anything like that. Nope, not the PC capture. Console capture. There we go. Alrighty, I'm just going to Alt F4 those pages. Ugh, excuse me. Shift tab. Whoop. Hold the shift tab this way, so then that way I go back up to the top. Because I'm getting a notification. Ah, it's just another thingy-diggy. Home. I will try. So, yeah. You're just making him lean to eventually steal his femur. You can't steal my femur. That is not allowed. I still need my femur. Also, I just realized there's music in the background still from, like... ding, 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 ding. Hit the pause on this. And then... we resume this game. If the... There we go. Alright. So, we're following Mickey, I think? Ready to protect the princess? Yes. I can't think of anything else I need to do. Well, actually, that's not true. I can think of a few things that I need to do. But as far as, like, within the stream goes, this is it.
Bad guy.
Quote 279. It was right after Bone threatened to steal my femur again.
Yep. Bone does it so often. Everyone wants a piece of me. Everyone wants like a femur or some meat or my ankles or my dick. Like, so many people. Okay, so I gotta, like, attack the T-Rex.
Back off. Hey, yeah, ha. There. Yeah, ha, ha. Hey. Ha.
Bone Masked Dog has added quote number 289. Everyone wants my dick.
I made a mistake saying that aloud, didn't I? TOS? Yeah, I should have realized that. Oh, god damn it. So yeah. Blue, what kind of mouse would you recommend? I need people to like throw. I can't do the research right now for ow. I can't do the research right now, and I don't have the It no longer says duck. Yippee! No, it should say duck. You just use the noggin, the Death Adder? Ooh. Okay, the Razor will, like... Oop.
Quote 289. Everyone wants my dick.
It should really replace those words so it doesn't say, you know, that. It should be using the duck thingy-majiggy. Hi there, Trex! Welcome to the stream! We killed the dinosaur. Ooh, we can make the dinosaur if we wanted to. Oh, it's whoever the fuck those guys are.
You'll be lightening your load by one, princess. Now make like those musketeers and scram. Au revoir.
No thank you. Cookie for Talon. Can you be the dinosaur? No, you can't be the dinosaur. Alright.
Your Majesty! I mean, Mickey!
Sora!
I'm sorry. They got away with the princess.
Don't be. It's not your fault.
As long as we all stick together, I know we can get the princess back.
Goofy's right. As a team...
Oh yeah, I can check fan suggestions.
Yeah.
There are no fan suggestions. Awesome. Yes, this is the, this is Disney's Musketeers as well, so we get Donald, Goofy, and Mickey as the three. And we're trying to, like, save the princess or something.
But there's no sign of the princess.
Yup. She's out there somewhere, counting on us to come to the rescue. And we're gonna be the ones to save her.
I don't know how... I haven't seen the movie, quite honestly. I don't know if, like... I remember seeing the live-action Disney Musketeers, the one where you have, Charlie Sheen and, the guy who voices Solid Snake, and... It's got, like, a few people in them. No, it doesn't have Chevy Chase in it. You're thinking of the Three Amigos. The Three Amigos has Chevy Chase. The Three Musketeers, like the live action, has has like this other like technically it's 4 people, because you have Athos, Dalthos, and I cannot remember the third guy's name, but the 4th guy is named is D'Artagnan. So ding 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 ding. Oh yeah, I didn't like double check. Oh, it's comics, that's right. That's what's that was not helpful whatsoever.
Well, Master Dog wanted me to say, why was Minnie never a princess of heart? Maybe she is not as pure as everyone thinks.
I think it's they only needed 7 of the princesses of heart, because the 7 princesses of heart in the second game I think were different to the princesses of heart from the first game. Or you might be right that she's not pure of heart, and, like, you know, that's speaking to something more nefarious beneath the Disney Mickey Mouse facade than we care to admit. Oh, there's a chest there. There we go. Open this, please. Ooh, we got, like, the more powerful version of Fiorara. Give me a second. Edit this deck. We're gonna change from Aerial Slam to the Firaga. There we go.
Bone Masked Dog thinks you should do 20 squats.
I just sat down and, like, got into the game. Alright, let's see. Can I level... Oh, actually, I can... Now I have Leaf Bracer. And I'll be... What level does it want me to be? Level 25. Okay. Alrighty, let me get through 20 more squats. And if people can start suggesting to me, like, mice into my throne, that would be greatly appreciated. Check out Amazon.com.au and share, like, a cool gaming mouse. And like, if there's, like, multiple options, I'll pick what I like, and... Because I could do with a new mouse. 1, 2, 3... No, computer mice. Computer mice, Bone. That's what we've been dealing with. Like, oh my god, hang on. You were being facetious, weren't you? Do I have a button to just type in throne? No, I do not have a button to just type in throne, do I? Because that would just be way too easy. Ah. 1, 2, 3. Exclamation point throne, if anyone can do that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you, Jason. 9. Thank you, Bone. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Oh my goodness. So yeah. If you guys can spot a mouse on Amazon.com.au that would be a really cool gaming computer mouse, please drop it in as a fan suggestion. I'll be able to refresh the throne page and see what fan suggestions are made, and depending on what's there, I'll put it onto my wish list. It doesn't... Also, that fan suggestion thingy is open for other suggestions as well. The only reason I'm making a point about mices right now is because the mouse that I put on there previously is no longer available via the Logitech G502X thingy-majiggy that I put on there last time is no longer an allowed item. So, has to be a different mouse. So yeah. Thankfully, no one contributed money to it, thank goodness. Alright, I can't contribute to that, can't contribute to that. But I can contribute to these. I can unlock this. Get myself Confusion Strike. Hang on, Ability Link. Alright, you can give me Combo Plus. Which, you know what? Let's keep you in there. You like how my pecs jiggle? Thank you! I put a lot of work into the jizzle physics. Look at this. Okay, it doesn't really, like, track my... What the? It doesn't really track the hands all too well, but... Or it doesn't really, like, track the, you know, the actual, like, chest movement, because it's doing a majority of the tracking via the head, but yeah. Okay, so yeah. That guy has not that many resistances. Alright. So this person's missing Curaga, Magic Boost, Defense Boost. This one's doing the Magic Case. And this one's the Combo Plus, which are really close to reaching.
Quote number 290. I put a lot of work into the jizzle physics.
Jiggle. It's jiggle. Oof. It's not full of milk. Don't be ridiculous. Oh. Oh, I didn't know this was here. Pull off at least 3 successful counters. Okay. I don't know. I don't want to be proven wrong again. If you... Alrighty, so that's the counter. There we go. Challenge complete, which means I can just hit you as per normal. Ooh, I can open this. There we go. Whee! Oh, I guess this is the T-Rex we could have. Hey, no, not fair. There we go. Oh, he has a lot of health, okay. And I get hit hard. Damn it. And I'm all the way back here. God damn it. Alright. Yep, I need to get Firaga again. There we go. Dink. Swish. There we go. Whee! And then I can... Oop. And then I can open this chest. Hopefully this helps. Alright, that's done. Open this next. Alright, we can... Alright, let me just update the deck once more. Firaga once again. Ability links, I probably have to upgrade these. Yep, update those. Alright, so that needs to be level 25. You can't do the leveling thingy-majiggy yet. You're 40 points away. So let's just put the upgrade on you, and then... Let's see, so that's attack boost and magic haste. Let's go with the attack boost. I feel like that's going to be the most advisable one. The jizzled physics last 5 seconds of this clip. That's how you decided to name it, is it? That's how you decided that's the right name to use. Brilliant, Bone. Thank you. Thank you for this naming convention. Alright, so that's one. Alrighty, and then we do that again. All for one and one for all. Sheen! squish. Hey, I leveled up. Wampa Stompa! Here we go. Bong, ding, dong, ding. He's like a mini boss.
Hey, there! Ha! Yeah, fine! Oh, light! Grip! Heal! Take this! Yeah! Hey, ha! Yeah! Hey, back off!
Yeah! Did it this time! An anime script? I don't know what's in the anime script. Exclamation. No, I don't need the exclamation point watch. I'll believe you on the fact that you're going as far as like clipping this. I will believe you on that. Yay, I got brave challengers for doing multiples of these challenges, I imagine. Jump, hop, skippity, hop, skippity, hop, skip. There we go.
Oh. Ha. Oh. Oh. Hey, hey, light!
Oop.
Hey, ha, ha!
Alright, here we go. We've had this argument before. Yeah, I'm familiar with the fact that, like, just because of, like, the way my accent is and such like that, there are times where I feel like I'm being heard incorrectly, and then other times where it's like, nope, that's exactly what I said. And the translation of, like, Australian to what I was saying and such like that does not, you know, translate correctly.
Back off! Fine! Yeah, hey! Hey, yeah! Ha! Yeah!
Alright, hopefully this will be useful. Boing. Pushes all of them out of the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah! Light!
Get rid of the dumb bunnies.
Yeah, ha! Yeah, ha, ha! Yeah, there! Hey!
I'll also need to like swap to a forget-me-not.
Ha!
Does anyone else want to do the squats? Can we not do squats tonight? Wouldn't that be something? Not having to do squats? What can be used to partially fill your spirit link gauges? No thanks. I'll just use the drop me knots. There we go. Then that gets it to 0.8. Command deck. Edit that to get back the drain drive.
Dog wanted me to say, do you want your femur?
Yes. I still have my femur. There has never been a point that you've taken away my femur. And I don't have a mouse. Ah. I'm forgetting this thing.
Hey, yeah! Back off! Ha! Ha! There! Light!
There we go.
Trip! There! Yeah, yeah! Ha! Along!
Whee!
Yeah!
Cypher levels up, which is awesome.
Yeah! Come on! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Ha! Along! Ha!
Yay! Oh my goodness, there's so much going on. Where's the thingy? There's the thingy. Pull off 3 successful counters. Alright, let's give this one a try. Alright, here we go.
Ha! Ha! Oh! Oh! Yeah! Oh! Yeah!
Stop being confused.
Ha! Oh! Ha! Ha! Oh! 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 Oh!
Just hit me,
Ha!
please.
Yeah! Ha! Oh! Oh!
Oh, this isn't gonna be fun. The Dream Eaters have a tongue in their belly? Oh, that's just like classic alternative vor designs. Don't worry too hard about it. Oh my god, these guys are really annoying that they're not... Like, I have to wait for them to do half their attacks. There we go.
Bowmaster Dog has added quote number 291. That's just alternative vor designs.
You've been playing with Grant since the beginning? Yes. Bone has been my squats trainer all this time. Also, it's glad to see that Blue is still here. I'm glad that I'm not the only moderator-esque power here. Lord knows I need them. Because when the going gets tough, I'm going to need a moderator. Stupid bunny. Fuck you, Blue Bunny.
Take this.
There we go. Where the hell are my minions? Nah, it's okay, Bone. Besides, I feel like if I gave you moderator power, I'm gonna be in trouble. You're gonna, like, I don't know, find the secret, like, you know, squat command or something like that I don't know I have, and then you're never gonna have to... Oh, Jesus. There we go. Where the hell is the darn mole? Also, these guys don't do a really good job of, like, keeping up with me when going up a spirally tower. There we go! Oh, they're Beagle Boys from DuckTales! Oh, why is there... They're strong, annoyingly enough. Yay, the zero gravity helps out. Yeah! Yep, there we go. Just button mashing like mad. Button mashing is successful. What the heck are you watching? You're watching the Beagle Boys getting their ass kicked by me. And I keep putting my... Every time I'm at this desk, I keep putting my right hand to where my mouse would be, but I don't have a mouse.
Oh, thank you. Princess Minnie is safe.
There's nothing there.
Sure. Happy to help.
Oh, our hero.
Oh, it's the bad guys!
Celebrative. Oh, it's the Beagle Boys again.
Thought we'd go down easy peasy, eh? Let me at him.
All right. We can do this all day.
Sure thing, Captain America.
Got any suggestions, Goofy?
They're gonna jump through a window, aren't they? They're gonna jump through a window.
And it might even be a good one, too. Hold on.
Sure. Take your time.
Dun, 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 dun.
How'd I do?
Yeah! We did it! Hooray for the Musketeers!
Is there like a right-click thing for me?
All for one and one for all!
Whee! There we go.
Huh? Do you see that?
What's up?
I don't see anything.
Not so fast!
Goofy, where are you
Also, am I
going?
just like staring upwards? Like, that should not be how I look. Thank you for the hyper himbo. I
Goofy
greatly
just
appreciate
sort
it.
of Took off.
Goofy's
3,
gone.
2, 1.
But why would he
There
need
we
his
go.
post?
Thank you, Where Barista, for the hyper himbo. Welcome to the stream.
Blue Foxy Nicey Icy thinks you should do 20 squats.
Calm down, guys. Start from the beginning.
Now, why would the captain do that?
He's the one who made us Musketeers. A lie?
A ruse.
Lie or no lie?
A hoodwink.
Musketeers don't ever
And perhaps even a bamboozle.
No! Wait! Together we can stop Captain Pete.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're in this together.
Come on, we'll be right beside you, because we're friends.
Alrighty.
Just can't do it. I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Donald!
1,
Donald.
2,
He'll be back.
3,
I know it.
Aw, thanks, Sora.
4. Yeah, Bone does like
So this
300 a
captain
day.
guy's the culprit.
5.
Wonder what he's up to.
6. 7.
What am I up?
8.
I'm
9.
up to plenty.
Oh, it's Pete.
Oh,
10.
Who's that?
11.
A
12.
stranger looking to be endangered.
13.
You!
14.
Mangle these yardsticks.
15. 16. It's not a lie.
Pete, by the power vested in me as a
17.
Musketeer, I arrest you.
18. 19.
That's a good one.
20.
Well, how's about this? By the
Thank you for the
power
20 squats,
invested in
Blue.
my fist,
Can we get a shout out for Where Barista, by the by?
Oh, Mickey!
Mickey!
Sora?
How did they remember? Oh, wait, never mind.
Goofy.
We already shared their name. That's why they have that name.
Where's Mickey?
Yeah.
Captain Pete and his guys took Mickey to Mont Saint Michel, and that means he's in big trouble. Once the tide comes in, the dungeon will fill up with water.
I'm sure will Mickey.
Well, come on. We gotta go save him.
Oh, but how?
What are you saying? You and Goofy wouldn't have come back if you weren't ready to save him. We're friends. Friends for life. Remember?
Ride or die.
Best of friends to the very end.
Good. Let's go.
Right.
I'm pretty sure anything we're doing in the sleeping world doesn't, like, affect, you know, them in the waking world or anything like that as well. Alright, if I have to go through, like, more than one drop in this area, that's not too bad of a scenario, considering...
Yeah.
Alright, I just need to find the chest. Oh, it's right there. Never mind. Alright, so we got this chest here.
Yeah. Ha. 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 Yeah. Ha.
It's quite dark under the underpass. No, I'm not giving you my shirt, Fury Cures. Oh, that's cool. That was just coincident. Alright, hang on. No, not the bonding thing. The ability links thing. Let's have a look. So you're 77. Can't really upgrade any of these things. We can't yet upgrade the combo plus, and we can't apply... I think we are gonna change this party. So... you cannot part ways with the Spirit and Sora's party. Oh, okay, so that's what they mean. Wait, is there a limit to how many I can have? Alright, put you there, put you here, and put you over here. We now have an entirely new trio. Awesome. Alright, let's just, you know, give you a belly rub. There we go. That way you are totally fine with me. Alright. Menu, ability links. Any ability links we can apply from you. Let's see. Attack boost. Let's go with the water stuff. And I need a few more points for that, but that's okay. You, meanwhile... So you have a level limit before we can get to the combo plus. But we can at least apply this. And that. So this gives us blindness block, item boost. And we can't really do anything with you, because there's not very many levels in you. Yeah! Examine. To the shore, I think we're going? No, we are not borrowing spirits.
Yeah, take this. Ha. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, ha ha. Yeah, yeah, back off. Yeah, yeah, up.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Swish.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Alright, that should be everyone. You can try. Neither of those things are going to happen.
Hey, yeah, ha.
Sheen.
Hey, ha, yeah. Hey, ha, ha. Yeah, hey, ha. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ha, there.
Whee!
Yeah, here. Hey. Yeah, yeah, ha. Take this. Yeah. Hey, yeah, ha, ha.
Oh, I can do something with this one. Alright, whoosh. Hopefully that does something. Yep, it destroys them.
Hello. Yeah, yeah, ha. Hey, yeah, ha. Yeah, hey, ha. Yeah.
Yeah, that did it. And then... a weird cave. Emote only mode. Hog. Alright, we'll see how many of you decide to use emotes. We got all these if you're, like, subscribed to me and what have you, but I'd love to see what emotes everyone else has.
Ha. Oh. Yeah, yeah, ha.
Okay, oh, okay, so there is, like, still a direction we can go.
Oh. Yeah. Ha. Oh. Yeah.
Was I meant to be at the shore?
Yeah. Ha. Ha. Yeah. There. Back off. Yeah. There. Ha. Hey. Ha.
There we go.
Yeah.
Show me those emotes.
Yeah. Ha. Ha. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha.
There we go, and then we take the boat.
Oh.
Yes, Saint Michel. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, yeah, ha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Heal. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
23 now is good. Borrow these spirits. No, thank you. I still need to use the spirits I've got so I can give them some ability points.
Yeah, hey, ha. Take this. Hey, hey, ha, ha. Yeah, yeah, ha. Oh. Ha. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, ha, back off.
All right, let's try this one. Another whoosh.
Hey, oh. Hey, yeah, fine. Hey, yeah, ha.
Destroy all the deer.
Yeah, yeah.
Destroy all der.
Yeah, ha. Hey,
There we go.
ha. Ha.
Open this. Hopefully we're going the right way.
Yeah, ha, yeah. Yeah, right. Hey,
Mm.
hey, yeah, yeah. Here. Yeah, ha, yeah. Ha, hey, yeah. Take this. Yeah.
Oh, I can go in here.
Ha, yeah.
Is there any advantage from going in here? Not really.
Ha, ha, ha. Hey, ha, ha. Yeah, hey, yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Ha, yeah, ha. Ha. So long. Hey, yeah, ha.
All right, let's do another swoosh. Swoosh.
Yes.
Sonic Blade is a good one, I think.
There. Hey. Ha. Back off. Yeah. 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 Oh. Yeah. 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 There. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Fine.
There we go. Am I going the right way? Kind of.
There. Yeah. There. Yeah. Ha-ha. Drip. Ha-ha. Here.
There we go.
There. Yeah.
And use the balloons to make you start bouncing.
Yeah. Ha-ha. Yeah. There. Oh. Back off. There.
Did it. That was a very annoying dinosaur. Was that a good break?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey.
I don't know how I feel about emote mode, because, like, the thing is that I don't have, like, a huge flurry of people in my chats normally, so having, like, I might get rid of that redeem, quite frankly, because it doesn't really do much for, like, it doesn't do much for the stream of, like, encouraging people to use the emotes they have and such, because not very many people chat in my streams already, so putting in an emote only in, like, an event that's not, like, live-based or what have you doesn't 100% have its, benefit. So, yeah. I've left it on, like as a redeem, but it doesn't get used very often, and the few times that it does, it just sort of, I don't know. Doesn't have the, whatever desired effect I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Take this.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might replace it and do... Because Kahlua does this thing where they have, like, you know, you hear their inner thoughts or something. Which I think is pretty cool. So they just have, like, a series of, like, audio files or something like that with their voice in an echoey, like, tone. And you just listen to, like, some of these, like, weird, like, shower thoughts sort of things. And I feel like that can almost prompt... that can almost prompt conversation, the shower thoughts redeem. I just need to, like, figure out how I'm gonna, you know, collect all my shower thoughts before I forget them. So, I might actually ask Kahlua how they came up with their shower thoughts. See if they, like, you know, have to keep a diary on hand or something. Alright, that's everything there. Head for the... and rescue Mickey. Okay, so we are going this way. Unless, is this the wrong way? No, this isn't the wrong way. Climb down? Yes. Hopefully this is the right way. And again, there is no mouse. I cannot, like, check on my other tabs. I have to, like, go to a keyboard. Ah.
Donald? Goofy? You too, Sora?
Hi, I'm here too. Yeah.
We gotta save the princess.
Aw, fellas.
Cookie for
You're
Bone.
not even real musketeers.
Sure we are.
You are real musketeers, and don't let anybody else tell you you're not.
It doesn't matter what you wear.
Only what kind of heart it is that beats inside of you.
Oh, that's a nice and thoughtful thing.
You know what? You're right, pals. When the bunch of us stick together, we can accomplish anything.
Yeah.
He said he was headed for the Opera House, and that's where we'll find Her Majesty.
Like
Come
the
on,
Sydney
Musketeers.
Opera House?
We've got a princess to rescue.
Yay, we're back here. Okay, so we're... Oh yeah, okay, I know exactly where we are. Alright. Nope, that's not the link portal for saving purposes. To the opera.
Hey, over there!
Boy, those nitwits! The boss is gonna be mad.
Hey, it's the Beagle Boys again.
Princess! Come on, it's time to put our musketeering to the test.
Is this a challenge, or is this a achieve victory in 20 seconds or less? All right, let's give this a try.
There. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, fine. Yeah, light. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, ha. Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
Nope, challenge failed. Everyone got too far away. Let's try again. One.
Drift. Hey, yeah, ha. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, ha. Yeah, take this. Yeah. Hey, yeah, ha. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, ha, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nope. It's down to, like, the last one. I need to get, like, multiples of them in the... Alright, Link thingy-madiggy again. Unless I might just not be using the right Keyblade.
Yeah, yeah, ha! Yeah, yeah, ha! Yeah, ha, yeah! Yeah, heal! Ha, yeah, ha! Ha! Oh, hey!
Did it! With 3 seconds left to spare. That's a record. Or 4 seconds left to spare. That's a lot better than the last few times I've had to do this. Hee hee! Challenge completed. Excellent work. And it was Confetti Candy 2. Excellent. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Take this. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Back off. There. Ha.
Dun 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 dun. Boing.
Yeah. Hey. Ha.
Oh, maybe I'll be able to get through more of this without the Forgot-Me-Not.
Yeah, ha. Yeah, yeah, ha. Hey. Yeah. Oh, ha. Hey. Yeah, ha. Ha. Hey. Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah.
Hi there, Dragon. Sorry I didn't say hi earlier. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
My mouse is broken, so we're still on this. We're still on the Kingdom Hearts grind because there's really no other way. All right, give me a second. Sorry, I'm checking something. Wait, is that? No, hang on. Wish list. Add a gift. Paste. Nope, I didn't do it correctly. Alright, hang on. Ding. Copy. Paste. Next. Of course not. Alright, control. Why is it so hard doing things without a mouse? Everything is just so damn difficult. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Please add information. All right, well, nope, still have no means. I was provided a link to a mouse, and it was like, all right, let's try and add that to the throne. Nope, doesn't want to work. I'm just gonna rub Poe's belly. Let me just rub your belly. Let me try and feel better by rubbing a belly. There you go. I don't feel any happier, however. That's the disappointing part. There we go. How about you? Let's give you a little head pat. You like that? You like the head pat? There we go. There we go, Pillow Fluffer. What a great disposition is Pillow Fluffer. Alright. Check the ability links.
Blue Foxy Nicey Icy thinks you should do 20 squats.
Do you now, Icy? Do you think I need to do 20 squats? Alright, so that's for the mini block. And that would give me an attack boost. Oh, I can open this thing. Awesome. What does this thing want? Either magic haste or magic boost. Let's go with the magic boost. And then that would do a sleep block. Alrighty then, let's do 20 more squats. Oh boy. Ugh. Here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, I hit my mic. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Blue. I greatly appreciate it. Alright. Get out of this screen. Check the command deck. Oh, I can change from jump to high jump. That's good. Sliding sidewinder. Cool. Let's see. What else can I put in? Rushes the enemy multiple times, requires 2 slots. Alright, let's put you in there then. Like, just full-on magic right now. Also, why can't you see my eyes are open? Come on. Yep, the app... The face rigging app does not have a fun time trying to deal with the fact it needs to be running for like long periods of time. They're like the original application that it was based off of had a, you know, a lightweight streaming mode, so then that way it didn't use so many resources, but the new one that allows for like, you know, that seems to have like a lot more stability, doesn't have like the additional streaming mode. They're just like, there is one stability. It's our stability. Oh my god, the Sonic Blade is taking a while before it's ready. Alright, this better be a good Sonic Blade. Otherwise I'm gonna be very annoyed. Okay. Fairly good. Alright, let's give this one a try. And then grab that figment. Hey, a chest. Open this. Rolling, rolling. Sora is now level 25. That's good. Awesome. Okay. Am I going? No, it's down below, isn't it? Yep, it's down below. There we go. Open this chest. Where is the rest of the way? This way? Cool. Awesome. Oh, that's a cool ability. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
A jig is up, Pete!
Yeah, it's 3 against 1 now.
Why does Minnie just look like Mickey Mouse in a dress? Like, I thought she had more features to her than just, you know, that.
Look out! Huh?
What?
What?
Why'd that happen?
Riku. Riku saved us. He's been by our side. All right.
Okay. That doesn't make
I'll
sense.
handle things here.
That doesn't make sense.
Sora.
Why, you... How dare you thwart me in the nick of time? This don't add up, I tell you. Hey, over here, boys!
Ah, more Beetle boys.
That's right. You'll need help.
Alright, let's use the Sonic Blade while we can. Oh, actually. Chaos Blade!
Want a piece of me?
Take this. Take this.
Sonic Blade is fun just going between all of them, like, real rapidly. That worked.
Hey, light. Yeah, hey, yeah. Drift. Hey, yeah, hey, ha. Hey, yeah, ha. Here. Take ha.
Alrighty, let's have a look. Oh, okay, so we're just kapowing them and they're all like the same direction. I have no clue what comic you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty, and then push that up. Another cannon kapow. Alright, that's 3 for 3.
Yeah, yeah. Drift. Here. Take this. Hey, ha. Ha. Fire. Yeah, light. Yeah, yeah. Oh, ha. Here. Together.
Chaos Blade time!
Yeah, take this. Ha. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, fine. Light.
Oh my god, he has a lot of health.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Ha. 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 Yeah. Ha. Here. Take this. Yeah. 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 Light. Yeah. 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 Oh. Yeah. Ha. 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 Hey. Drift. Yeah. Fine. Ha. Yeah. There. Yeah. Hey. Oh.
Am I supposed to be able to block that?
Ha.
Was that on purpose?
Light. Drift. Here. Take this. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
There we go. And then pointing upwards, he now gets, you know, kapowed. Yes, we're killing the fat goofy Kahlua. Hi, Kahlua, welcome to the stream. I was actually just talking about you a minute ago because I realized the emoji-only mode wasn't really that cool of a redeem, and I brought up how you had a cool redeem called, like, it was like your shower thoughts or something like that. How do you collect all your shower thoughts? Do you, like, keep a diary of the things you've thought or said? Or do you have, like, Shindo? Do you have your Bat GF, like, keep track of the dumb things you've said? Or shower thought things you've said?
We did it!
For one, and one for all. Gun is better than a sword.
All for one, and one for all.
Yeah. Oh, would you look at that? There's a keyhole we can piss into. Also, I'm gonna crack open this Sprite because I need to use up as many of the Sprites I have left. And plus, it's been a long day for me. Coming home to a broken mouse. Triggers fewer reality shifts, but compensates with a boost in magic and more frequent critical hits. Neat! Excuse me. And then that's the Symphony of Sorcery. Oh, is that gonna be like the Little Mermaid shit? Alright, let's visit this world. We're probably gonna have like no time at all visiting it while we're Sora, but we might as well get to it and see if we can, you know, double check our blades. Ow. Oh, I meant to be opening prizes. Screw you, floating bats. Wait, Kahlua, is... How do I pronounce their name? Shino?
Here we go.
Shy? No, oh shit, I'm missing like all the things.
Yeah! Back off! Faster! Yeah! Faster! Yeah! Here we go!
Yong. Oh, that's not how this works. Yep. I have 18 seconds to get through this. Oh, that was terrible. Is it Fantasia? I thought it was going to be the Little Mermaid. Also, please stop making the beeping noise. Oh, it is Fantasia, because, like, that's Mickey as the Wizard's Apprentice, which is where we find Yin Sid in terms of the Disney universe. That's where Yin Sid comes from. And he's, like, doing cool magic shit. And oh, that's the Heartless we were facing off at when Traverse Town, I think. Excuse me.
Is this... Am I back at Master Yensid's tower?
Not exactly. It is Yensid's tower, it's just not, you know, the Yensid we're familiar with.
King Mickey!
I don't think he's listening to us.
Is this what's troubling him? All right. Ah!
Gosh, is that a Keyblade? Who are you an apprentice to? I'm Mickey, the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Hi, Mickey. I am Sora. Yes, I did burp. That was a mistake.
Wait, am I in some world where the king was still in training? So, does that mean this world is sleeping?
What's wrong?
What? Oh, I'm Sora, the, apprentice of, Hey, listen, your I gotta stop that. Mickey, what can I do to save you?
Thank you, Sora. But it's no use. A monster's possessed that music. And he's releasing darkness that stops anybody from going in there to fight him. To dispel the darkness, we need a sound idea.
It's that Dream Eater I let escape. Okay, where do I get
Cannot
a sound
think of any
idea?
sound.
What? You'll find one for me?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's not every day I get to do a favor for the king.
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, nothing. Long story.
How convenient
So
that he
what
couldn't
exactly
hear
is
us
the sound
then.
idea?
Inside this musical score should be a power that can sweep away any darkness. But you gotta
You can
be
just
careful.
conjure
In
up, like,
between those
additional
pulsing
magic?
notes are monsters. Not as strong as the big one, but still pretty strong.
Got it.
Yahoo! Alright. Melody catcher. Press the buttons on the glowing line and hold the buttons on the green line to conduct along with the rhythm. Okay, so it would go like... So in that one, it's like triangle A. In some areas, Melody catcher will change the environment and open new routes. Cool. I don't remember this world either, Bone, so this is all a surprise for you and me. I thought I heard my alarms, like, ringing or something like that. Oh, lol, he's, like, not saying anything, because back in Fantasia, he didn't. And that's where he came up with, like, the weird flying Dream Eater. Cool. Find a sound idea and save Mickey. Well, good luck to me finding one. Alrighty. So we start in this one, I suppose. So we're entering... So it looks like we have to enter in, like, 3 different musical realms. Oh yeah, and I'm about to like fall asleep shortly. That's what the drop thingy-majiggy means. Oh, and that's just us asleep halfway through. Yeah, so this game's mechanic is there's like you play as Sora and Riku, and the way you switch between the two isn't to complete the game as like one character first and then complete it as the other character like it was in previous Kingdom Hearts series where you did that. Instead, it's now you like swap from one to the other whenever the game fancies. Fully heal spirits the first time each runs out of HP. Water barrel. I'm not going to use any of those things. Alrighty, how far back am I going with mine? So we finished Traverse Town for both of those things. So now it's the Three Musketeers for Riku. Hopefully we'll be able to get through that one relatively quickly, because let's see, it's 7:30 right now. It took us maybe less than an hour and a half to do that one. Oh, now we have to fight this fella again. Oh, damn it. There we go. There we go. Defeated in record time. Unless this is... Oh, it's a phase 2. God damn it. Come on. So that's how they want me to play. Okay. That's gonna be annoying. Ow. Wish I had magic. That might make this fight go faster. I'm doing okay as far as health goes. There we go. Now it's gone. Oh yeah, the little comics around the thingy-majiggy. And it actually shows ones for like... It's showing like with Riku... Sorry, not Riku. With Riku. With Sora in the story, which is really cool. That took us a while, but we went through it. There we go. Alright, so we're starting straight at the Opera House this time.
Isn't that Pete? What kind of
Please
world
don't
did
tell
I
me
end
you...
up in this time?
Please tell me you don't trust Pete. Tell me Pete's not like your go-to fella. The country of musketeers, also known as France.
One thing's for sure. That guy adds up to trouble in any world.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Riku's not that far behind in levels, it seems. And it's cool that the comics have Riku in them as well, which is good. Although some of these guys are fairly strong. There we go. All right. Also, I might need to move my spirits around. So, let's see, 84, 39, 93. All right, so we're gonna swap you out for... All right, we got chump block with everything. We might need to make some new, we might need to make some new spirits. Let's see what we can make. Chance to increase strength is increased. All right. That's good. All right, so we can... Still can't make any of the D ranks from... What do we need to make the T-Rex? Epic Fantasy and Intrepid Fantasy. Ah, okay. Well, that's not great. Why can't we make the cool... Ooh, we can make the cat. Like most cats, this feline knows it's better than you. It doesn't walk, it dances. Or it doesn't walk, it dances. It doesn't use magic, it hits you with magical awesomeness. Alrighty. I do not know if there's an easy way for me to enable the, let's see how this will work. Oh, ding, 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 ding. Platforms, Twitch, control, and then we go to thingy, and then name that spirit. Okay, cool. Name that spirit isn't paused. At least, I don't think it is. No, it's enabled right now. Alright, so for just 50 points, if you can think of a fun name for the cool little, Necho cat. It looks like a mix between Nacho and Neko. Alright, and we're gonna throw you... Strike Ray gives you extra defense. Aerial Slam gives you extra attack. Let's give you the +1 defense. Yes, and we'll create this spirit. And... it's a musical note. Ah, there we go. There's the cat. Looks kind of cute. And it wants to know if we want to give it a name. Also, I need to, like, swap over to thingy-madiggies. Control tab. Oh, my rewards queue is fairly lengthy. All right, give me a second. Give me a moment to fix up this award queue. Ding, 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 ding. Name that spirit. There we go. Now I only see, like, name that spirit sort of, redeems now. Unfortunately, I cannot swap back to... Wait, what happens if I press... No. So we go from Necho to... I'm gonna say Nacho, unless someone can think of a different name entirely. Let's think and see. Nacho. Alright, what's the button I'm looking for? This. Nope, not that one. That's the one. Nacho Cat. So far, nothing. Alright, we're going Nacho Cat. Yay, we're off to a great start. And for some reason, they want to talk about our greatest fears. So yeah, a lot of different other creatures, but I don't have the means of making any of them. Menu, change the party around. So, alright. Oop, no, we weren't looking to rename. Okay, so... let's take out Poe and swap you for the Nacho Cat. That should be good. And let's just give the Nacho Cat a... like, let's find its pet spots. Let's see, does it like the ears? Yep, it looks like it likes ears. Wait, does it have 6 legs? That's insane. Pure insanity. What the hell? Why does it have 6 legs? Like, most music is in, like, 4s or 2s, not 6 either. Alright. There we go. Plenty of experience. Lots of love. A little bit of LP. There we go. Man, 6-legged kitty. Yeah, exactly, Trex. It's a 6-legged kitty. And it's having no problems at all accepting my pets and what have you. Alright, I think it's kind of full with those and doesn't want to accept any more. Let's see, 25 points, we can't apply it to anything. 49 points, however. We can get Thunder and either Magic Haste or Thunder Boost. I think we're gonna go Magic Haste. I feel like that's the more valuable thing. Oh yeah, I forgot to double check the Toad. Oh wait, the Toad... Water screen. There we go. Opens it once we link with the spirit 3 more times. Sounds good to me. And this one's just another water screen. My goodness, this Toad is doing a lot of defense work, isn't it? Let's have a look. So we got like 1 point into HP, no fire boosts, potentially a thunder boost, 2 water boosts, increases the damage dealt by your water attacks. No idea what those are. We got 1 attack haste, 3 magic hastes, 1 attack boost, and a magic boost. No defenses, no fire. Wait. Oh, you need to have the spirits out in order to get those thingy-madiggies made. Okay. So... man, that's annoying. I thought I could, like, make myself, like, the ultimate, whatsamahoozies by, like, just completing each of the, like, okay, Leaf Bracer is on, thank goodness. Like, was I not really unlocking all that much? Hang on. Change party. Swap to the buffer, swap to this... and then swap to that. One, 2, 3. Alright, so you're fully happy again. What about you? Alright, we can slowly make you happier. And you've been changed to a bouncer now. You're really happy. Oh yeah, like the Dream Eaters come in dream and nightmare forms is their idea. Alright, so I can't unlock anything new with you. Like, look at this. I've got like, let's see. I've got Dark Screen. I've got Magic Haste up like twice at least in this guy. I got the Confusion Block. I got the Dark Screen. Am I needing to like 100% complete them before I can like have everything? Is that the idea with these guys? Yeah, because I went from like 1 HP boost to 2 HP boosts now. My attack haste has gone full. The magic haste is like a lot more balanced. Like, now the stats are a lot more balanced. Like, what's this about? Mementos, hang on. Game help. Abilities. Special abilities can be learned and activated, which boost your stats or unlock new moves, are attained by spirits. Most abilities you attain can be activated at any time. Stat boosting abilities require that the spirit you obtained them from stay in your party. If your attack... Yep, cool. None of that. None of that. Linking with spirits. Completely fill up a spirit's link gauge. You'll briefly lend its power. Sora's links team up with the spirit and take on the enemy. Riku absorbs his spirit and powers up his combos. Can be refilled as spirit's attack connects with the enemy. And then you use that to do links. You can also access, yep, cool. Creating spirits with recipes or via scratch. Is part of the family. Be sure to give it a meaningful name and lots of TLC. Use the hand gesture. There's all the different bondings. Okay. And then those are just link portals, dive mode. Okay. I thought I could permanently unlock like a number of these things, but apparently not. All right. Let's keep it moving.
Freeze! Ha! Fire! Ha! Ha! Take this!
There we go. All right, let's double check our Keyblades and see. So Ocean Rage doesn't give us much in the way of strength compared to magic. Fewer critical hits, but compensates with a strength boost and more frequent reality shifts. That might actually be useful. And obviously, no point... Oh, wait, there is a point. Oh, but I can't get to it from there. Well, that's annoying.
Heal!
Just poking through the roof, no worries. Hi there, Noel. Welcome to the stream.
Noel 1976 thinks you should do 20 squats.
I was wondering why it was so quiet. I was wondering why everything was so quiet. It's because no one wants to talk. No, everyone wants me to do my squats. All right. 20 more squats. Here we go. How is things on your side, Noel? Stretching real quick. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hi there, Trex. Yep, I guess what I should rephrase it. Not a lot of people chatting. I've lost count. I need to go again. I lost count. God damn it. All right, here we go. 1, 2. Good day, Zephyr. Welcome to the stream. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oh my legs, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ugh. Thank you for the 20 squats, Noel. How's it going this evening? You doing okay? Okay, so I can't go up there. So my only direction is through here. Alrighty, hit us with the dialogue.
What's all this for? Is that supposed to be Mickey and the others?
Oh, they're practicing to destroy the thingy-majiggy, aren't they?
Together even when they're made out of wood.
Those are very distinct silhouettes as well.
Pete.
Ah. And so we're looking for a way to stop the box from, you know, falling down again. Ooh, chest. But first, let me get rid of these birds. It would be great if this guy didn't, you know, hit me all the time so easily. Bam. Open this chest. Get more confetti candy, sure. This is before Sora visits the place. I think the idea is that in each of these dream worlds, Riku and Sora are visiting it at the same time. Is like the weird thing. It's like there's this weird like time split thingy-majiggy going off, or dilation. So like ideally, you know, when Sora is going through this world one way, Riku is going through it at the same time a different way. And there might be like small like edits to how they get there. I generally don't talk much in a chat, and I just talk a lot in small bursts. Fair enough, Noel. Fair enough-sies. I don't know. I have this weird paranoia. Like, I'm just having this, like, sort of paranoia moment where, like, chat is only interested in me playing video games for, like, a certain length of time. Not short-term wise of, like, you know, 3 hours or 12 hours or something like that. But they're more interested in, you know, they want me to get the game done within a week. If I don't get the game done within a week or something like that, then they feel like, you know, I'm messing with them, or I'm wasting their time, and it's not really worth it, and so I should really be dropping the game and moving on to the next thing. But the thing is I don't want to let go of games very often. Like, very few games have I actually just given up on. Like, you know, Dark Souls 2, Dying Light 2, and those have been because of either, like, mechanical breaks, like, you know, programmable breaks while I'm streaming.
Where are you going?
Or, yeah, actually, those are the only times. because Dying Light 2, I was having
Tell me what I can do.
CPU instruction issues and input lag, whereas with Dark Souls 2, it came during a point in time where, like, I finally had, you know, maybe, you know, more than just 1 or 2 people chatting, and then all of a sudden, I could not control the game, and my PC started lag, and then it just, like, crashed when I tried to get things working, and I just, you know, made a mistake or two.
Look what I nearly forgot.
That is a bad move there, kiddo.
Why is the buck sans mouse?
Oi,
Sans mouse?
the boss is losing his patience.
There it is. That's the gadget we need to retrieve.
I'm on it.
So yeah, like I've dropped very few times do I drop games, and the few times that I have, it's been because of like there's an issue in trying to play the game while streaming and doing a VTuber thing.
On journey, Your Royal Highness.
So
Captain Pete,
did I break my previous mouse during that? No, I didn't, because I was on a controller for that one, I think.
Lose any sleep over it, Princess.
Ugh.
I'm just gonna seize the throne and rule happily ever after.
Cause
after you name me king, that is.
That's not happening, Pete. You're not being named king. No one considers you a king. Also, why do you have a peg leg? I thought both your legs are fine.
One doing the naming. I got myself another stooge to take the stage. All you gotta do is keep your royal mouth nice and shut.
A double? Mickey and the Musketeers will stop you.
Oh, never you fear, Princess.
He has a plan for that apparently as well.
Be out of the picture real
This was during the peg leg Pete era? Wait. So there was an era where Pete had a peg leg?
Test run's done.
We'll flatten them like crepes.
Good. Now, you must hold on to that thing no matter what. If you don't mind, Your Highness, we have a seat reservated for you backstage. It's gonna be curtains soon.
Welcome back, Ingril. Great to have you. Just slowly approaching with a box, just threateningly. They brought it back during the newer cartoons as well. Still weird that he had a peg leg. Because like I remember Pete from like the Goofy movie, and I think there was like a TV show approximately that time age and such. Oh my god, why is everything just... Alright, get rid of that goopy nonsense. And what's this goopy nonsense? Oh, I gotta get there as quickly as I can. There we go. Oh, hang on. I can break this, can't I? What does this do? Oh, it brings down a platform. Interesting. But yeah. Ah, Frenchman. Bam. The Frenchman, the most evil of all men across the world. With, like, ancient proficiency in the art of war, far greater than the Chinese, and the only thing we remember from them is like their surrenders from World War I and World War II, as if that was apparently their only knowledge of war. Alright, and then we turn this one. Do we get a different Frenchman? No. Where's the other one? Okay, hang on a second. I gotta... Oh, fuck! I don't have a mouse to, like, click on things. Shit. Ugh. I don't know if you've heard, Code, but, like, I broke my last mouse. I have gone through, like, I've gone through the original one back in 2022, and then I've gone through 2 backups.
Blue Foxy Nicey Icy thinks you should do 20 squats.
And the mouse that I previously had on Throne is no longer available, so I've had to delete that mouse before anyone puts money towards it. And there is now no mouse on the wish list, and I can't add a new one because the one I was looking at initially through Amazon.com.au, they're like, we can't enter in any of the information. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't? Also, where in the world is the next henchman? Oh, I meant to be going this way. So yeah, well, the most recent one, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I've swapped out batteries and such like that, and it won't keep a signal. It won't, like, stay connected either as Bluetooth or as, like, the USB dongle will not stay connected to the PC. So my backup's backup is destroyed. So I have to, like, try and navigate my PC without utilizing the mouse, or maybe the mouse keys on the numpad. So I'm having to do, like, Alt-Tab a lot of the time, or, you know, just deal with the fact that, you know, pressing anything on the numpad will help move the mouse by, like, approximately, like, 1 to 5 pixels. Yep. There we go. Alright, now I need to get rid of the blue rabbit. Oh yeah, Blue did a squat redeem, didn't he? Hang on a sec. Yes, I broke my mouse, okay? I am so himbo that I broke the last mouse that I had in my house. And it was too late for me to, like, go to a store and get a new mouse, or go into work and get one of their work from home mice. I am now mouseless. I have no mice. And I can't order a new one because I don't have the monies to do it. And I can't ask chat to get me one because there isn't any on the Throne list that I can add. Just everything ruined. Hope you find the right mouse. I thought I did. The Logitech G502, like, did, like, this cool wireless X one. But yeah, the item is no longer available on Amazon or what have you. So, and Throne won't let me add in... It won't let me add in a new Amazon item into my wish list for some reason. Like, the Amazon AU won't allow any item inclusions. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Blue. Just gonna get another sip of water. Thank you, Code, for reminding me that I haven't... Thank you, Code, for reminding me that there's, like, a coffee link for donations. I really appreciate it. I forgot I had that. Thank you again.
Hello!
Hello, Jason! What's this? Nope, I don't want new spirits. I want to improve the spirits I currently have.
Indrao paid me to say some bitties to your quest for meats.
Thank you for the 100 biddies, Angrel. Thank you for the 100 biddies. I will definitely, if I get payout by Twitch before... wait, no, hang on, when is... I will get those biddies in February, because we're already past the halfway point in January, so I'm not getting the Twitch payout this month, but I'll definitely get it. I will most likely get it come mid-February. Ow! Stupid Frenchman's just hiding in the closet. Get out of the closet. Ow. Ding, ding. There we go. There we go. Hey, I leveled up as well, and so did Boofer. Alright, open this chest. Okay, friend. He was hiding in the closet. What a shame. And let's kill this lion. Swish. Thank you for the biddies, Angrel. I'm sorry I don't have like a cool event that happens on like just the minimum 100. I've got like events at like different amounts and such, and 100 was not one of them. Ow. Get ballooned. Got him. Hey, I leveled up as well. I'm now 27. I need to figure out some bit redeems. I definitely should. I need to like find different numbers and such like that, because I think I have one. I got one at 47, 69, 96, 360, 192, 5. I think at 5. No, 5 gives you the cookie. You're back. Had to run to get a package. Not to worry, Zephyr. Welcome back. Hopefully your package is totally fine. And we got ourselves the stage gadget. Also, why am I sweating? Like, I have the fan on right now. I should not... Is it... Hang on. This is a kind of itchy shirt. Damn it. I don't want to take my shirt off, however, because if I do, then I'm just going to have, like, the chest rig, like, set, like, directly onto my chest, and it's like, I don't like that kind of feeling. It has, like, that weird, like... never want to make this easy, absorb... Dude. It has, like, that weird... No! Not... Don't take my actual shirt! Angrel! I want my shirt back. You didn't fix anything for me. I'm still sweaty. Ah! Oh, I see. We're hitting the mole person.
Freeze! Fire! Yeah!
Thank you for the Hyper Himbo code. I greatly appreciate it. Whee! Alright,
Pull the lever.
Wait, who's pulling the lever? Damn it. Code's got the combo of... Oh yeah, taking my shirt off and... No, not the Cactar Savage Dirk! Not the Cactar! This is your fault, Dirk. I'm dead because of you, both as the Avatar and as Riku. This is your fault. Now I have to go through all this again. I have to fight this giant, like... Oh, holy moly, I have to fight a badger mole. Dun, 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 dun. Why does he have to be on, like, weird surfaces like this?
Take this! Take this!
Because, like, there's no way my minions are gonna get to him from here. Oh, and there he is again. Just, like, you know, up on a surface. God effing damn it. Alright, I'm just gonna leave you to your own devices. You have fun up on the ceiling. I now have to deal with the worst combinations of trying to fight a badger mole who can go through time and space. He decides to be on the ceiling. Staggerceps. Cool. Get down from there!
Yeah.
There. Oh.
Heal.
Ow. Damn it. Now I need to find out where my... Oh, that's where you are. There you go. You're rescued. You have been healed. And I just wasted a heal before you could use it. There we go. Stop throwing carrots at me and fight me normally, please. There we go. Did it. Ugh. God, I feel terrible. Why do I feel so terrible? Yay, Shadow Slide. And Shadow Strike. While controlling Yuku, you can Shadow Slide to warp behind your opponent. When an enemy is about to attack, press the square to activate the ability. Cool.
Riku, hurry! The machine!
What is the plan with the machine? Are we just like... Now you can't see my Himbo pecs anymore. You just see me in a giant Himbo shirt.
Impossible.
Looks like I was right in the nick of time. Sora?
Oh, they're safe. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, that doesn't explain it, because, like, you're technically in different worlds, I thought.
Brave as a royal musketeer.
Musketeer?
Yes, I am.
What is that, anyway?
It's like a French police thingy-majiggy for the royal, for royalty or something.
They actually say that?
Of course. Every musketeer is taught those words. It's a very important motto and solemn pledge.
You're right. And it does fit the moment. All for one?
And one for all. Alright, so that one went by fairly quickly, which was good. But, oh my god, why, what is with my ears? Ugh. Yes, I have a gun. As an American, I have the privilege of having a gun magically appear in my hands whenever necessary. Observe. Gone. Gun. No gun. Gun. Wah. No gun? Gun. It's an amazing ability. All Americans have this. That's why you gotta be careful of Americans. Hey, it's Yen Sid. And Axel.
I sensed something was amiss nearly the moment Sora and Riku departed. Xehanort
Did
must
you
have
know?
known what we were attempting before we even began.
But you do know where they are.
You must understand, this examination is in no way how the mark of mastery is usually found. However, in light of what they must do next, it was a necessity. If Sora and Riku complete their test, by finding the 7 doors corresponding to the 7 pure lights, they will return home with a new power. At that point, they will both be true masters. However, the dangers make this more trial than test.
But are they safe right now?
Considering their ability, I would like to believe that they are. However, all my attempts to locate Sora and Riku...
Only 30%. Usually you're a lot higher than that.
Xehanort is a devious tactician. There is nothing we can do that he will not, to some extent, be able to predict.
Okay, that's fairly
As
high.
you can see, the organization's members are complete people again. Xehanort will be no different.
Okay.
We cannot afford another moment's hesitation. We must consider any strategy to outwit Xehanort and catch him off guard.
You've most likely seen Savage Durgan VR chat.
I warn you again. The road will not be easy.
Fine. Let's jump right in.
Hey, 70% cute. Nice work. All for one and one for all. Yay, we got that achievement done. 66. Alrighty, and then we make the dive to this world. Dun, 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 dun. Defeat 30 enemies before time runs out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dun, 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 dun. Where's the enemies? Dun, 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 dun. Unless, do those count as enemies? Probably not. Dun, 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 dun. Yay! The ring is open because of Mega Flare. Thank goodness. And there we go. 65% Himbo. Nice work. Also, good work on you, Angrel, for being 69% cute. That's the sexy number right there. Fleeting Fantasy. A rare material used to bring spirits to life. Energy swirls around inside faster than the eye can see. Interesting. Ah, but Code coming in with the 88% Himbo. Nice work. Good for you. Hey, it's Yen Sid's tower.
Strange. It's coming from upstairs.
Awesome. All right. Up the stairs we go.
Mickey!
And right now he's stuck in like this weird trance thing. Was it a big chest?
Musical score. It has him trapped.
Behind the stairs, okay.
You won't be able to defeat that darkness with brute force. I'm
Very tempting to skip this cutscene because I feel like it's speaking of the same thing where we have to find a sound idea.
Riku, if brute force won't work, tell me what will.
Do you really mean you're gonna try and help me?
Yes.
Gosh, Riku. Something tells me you and I are gonna be good friends and we'll help each other out a lot someday. Inside this music is a sound idea powerful enough to
Thought so.
dispel the darkness.
Sound idea.
I'll try. Leave it to me.
Ugh. God, the headphones are seeing better days. I also need to figure out how the fuck am I gonna, like, have, you know, headphones on while with a fursuit. I still haven't figured out that nonsense. I've just had, like, you know, just wearing, like, just either having it just sitting on my head or just have it play through the speakers. Alright, let's see. What did Mickey do? Mickey D's. What did you do? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. to be fair, the reason he's doing that was because he kept on doing, like, the hand-wavy nonsense even in his sleep. So he, like, was the result of his own, like, misgivings in the tower. And there's the bird. Nostalgic. Why did I get that achievement? View all flashbacks. Oh, awesome. So that's all the flashbacks out of the way. Hit the save. Alright, hang on a sec. Under the stairs, you said. Yep, just a classic small chest for a water barrel. Fantasia was alright. It wasn't, like, my absolute favorite, however. I'm trying to think what my favorite Disney film was besides, like, the obvious Pixar ones. Because, like, Pixar, I feel like, is in its own little realm as far as Disney shit goes. So, I feel like it's not fair, because, like, Inside Out and Up, I absolutely love. Inside Out, like, because that one actually, like, made me cry, and, like, you know, I felt feelings at the end because of, like, the emotions Riley were having for the situation were, like, similar things, like, was to similar situations that I had, but I never had, like, the same emotional catharsis. And then Up, because that one's just a feel-good story to watch, and what's more is, like, the old man, like, his prologue story and such is very similar to my grandfather's on my mom's side. Oh, let's, try this. Cool. That is some very fast clicking. Dink. Ow, stop shooting me, please. There we go. I'm probably not gonna get through more of this area soon. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. It would be great if, like, the music was in flow, but it's not, annoyingly enough. Also, I could probably make my way up there without doing the realm thing, Matiggy. Yep, most likely can. And another drop me not. That's going to be useful for us. Open this chest. More confetti candy. Bonus time. Damn it, I got vored. Stop voring me. And this, there we go. Hey, it's the frog. That fucking frog is in all these different kinds of worlds, and he's like really like heavy duty nonsense. And we only have 47 dream drops from the looks of it. That's annoying. Oh, yeah, because we didn't do any of the challenges along our way. To slow down the drop gauge. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yes, I will 100%. Or... Drop accelerator, affinity gain, and let's go with the auto life. Yep, we'll go for those 3 things. And we should wake up in Saurus shortly. There we are. Alright, let's see what this music... That was very short. Ah, okay, so it's just clouds to do the... Oh! Yep, we definitely needed to do that rhythm. Alright, open this chest. Hey, we obtained Glide. Alrighty, command deck. Edit that, so we got normal jump, we got air slide, glide. There we go. Pull off at least 3 flow motions. Easy done in this narrow corridor. That's 1. Don't fly away from me, Jesus. Oh my goodness, these guys. Get down here! Nailed it. Ugh. Oh, there's the fish. All right, let's see how this one goes. It's very short. All right, use the cure. Check our items. All right. Yeah, this might be a worthwhile Keyblade, quite frankly. Excuse me. Damn it, missed it. Knowing my luck, there's going to be a... Oh, never mind. Let's just be extra cheeky. I wonder if this game has like a hidden feature where if I attack to the timing of the music instead, it's like bigger damage. Probably not. Bam. Boom. There we go. Jump here. I just want to save location, because, like... Alright, let's see. Where do you take me? They weren't expecting me to do that now, were they? Or that. I feel like this game didn't really catch on to just how exploitative, like, the whole, you know, free flow motion system is. Like, just how quickly I'm able to just just go, like, bing, ding, and, like, find an entirely different means in getting to where I need to go. I'm just, like, whipping through all this. Alright, open you. There we go. Prism Windmill. What the fuck does that do? Ooh, I got a new slot. Alright. Prism Windmill. Spins the Keyblade like a windmill as you rush the enemy, landing multiple hits. Awesome. Firaga, Spark, Zero Gravia, Kira. Do I have, like, the stronger Kira yet? No, I don't. Alright. I just got Mega Potions and Mega Drop Nuts. Cool. So Riku's doing his own thing. Now, if we check out the ability links, Frog Boy doesn't have anything new. Poe can't yet unlock the cool, like, combo pus thingy. What about you, Sheeple? Okay, you can give us Sleep Block, which is nice. And then this would grant us defense boost. Awesome. Dink. Oh my gosh, do I really have to traverse from the ground? Also, would be nice to have a save at this point. Oh. Alright, open this chest next. Tornado. Oh, Tornado would be good. Alright, thank you for the level up, Poe. So there is, like, some sort of, like, wind thingy-madoog. Don't really need the wind thingy-madoog. Come on. Fuck it, let's do the reality shift. Pfft. Kind of. But not good enough, I see. Yep, was good enough. Awesome, good to know. Now the storms have subsided. And now it's just a tiny one there. Awesome. Oh, just drops right down to the bottom. Come on. There we go. Ah! Alright, time to get rolling out of the way. Okay, so I get like about 100 points per. spark. Oh my goodness. Some of these guys are just painful to fight against because they're just idly floating there.
Hello.
No, Elvirus. Hi, Z Doggo. And Elvirus has just like thrown me through with the lever. Welcome to the stream. It's a little late, but hopefully you're having a wonderful evening, Z Doggo. I'm feeling a little bit hot under the shirt. Oh my gosh, I'm so close to the next level now. Wasn't expecting me to do that now, was it? They never expect me to just use the motion system they wanted with me. Never mind, because you just make it that much annoying to fight them. There we go, level 27 now. I'm just gonna ignore you guys, because you're all the way up here. You decided nope and just to sit... Oh wait, you just wanted to play too much of one game to farm materials, and you decided nope and just finished it. Oh, what was this? Final Fantasy 14 or Death Stranding? Which game was this? Also, did I just run past a... Nope, I didn't run past a save thingy. I'm still trying to like get through all this. Oh, I'm asleep, that's why. Alright, let's get rid of crops. Let's get the sheep some... Union Rush! Oh my god, this is insane. Did that work? Guessing they must have all been blocking or something like that when I did it. Alright, and then there's... Oh, Jesus. Stop blocking my Cura! Oh my goodness. Hopefully that was enough. Speaking of farming, have you been farming gear in another game and you've gotten back into recently? Oh, nice! Near Replicant. Ah, okay, so that's what Elvirus was playing. Oh my gosh, I gotta deal with more of these horse people. There we go. Nope, I don't want to fight the horses. Go away. Go away! Hopefully I'm going the right way. Yep, it looks like I'm going the right way. Alright, so I now need to go up to there. And this... Hopefully that works. Does it stop all the rain? Yes, it does. Alrighty. No, I don't want to deal with any of yous. No, ignore the wine. Alright, hang on. Track down a sound idea. Alright, let me get the hydrate.
So easily you sink into the depths of slumber.
Oh, it's Xehanort. I'm pretty sure that's Xehanort.
Beautiful world, isn't it? Almost like a dream.
That's because it is a dream.
Why are you following me around?
You really haven't caught on? Or are you just assuming it's all part of your little test? I'm not part of the dream. And if you thought I was, then you're softer than they say.
What?
But this will all be over soon.
Is this the right music to have
Just
with,
who are
like,
you
the evil villain right now?
Sleep on and
Like
we
this
will meet
orchestra?
again.
Hey!
And he just
What does
fucking
that
disappears. And there is our sound idea. Or at least one piece of it, I think. Hopefully it is just a sound idea and we only need the one.
Thank you, Sora. I can tell you found us a sound idea. Well, I guess we should try and put it to work.
Give it a go. What are you doing, kid? How is that a sound idea?
That's strange. Is one sound idea not enough?
Oh, I guess we have to go for
Don't
two
worry.
sound
I've
ideas.
got a friend out there who'll help. He's always picking up the slack for me.
Oh, would you look at that? There's a second sound idea there, which gives you the indication that Riku is there doing the second
The
sound.
sounds are all joining together to make even more powerful music.
Oh, that's the background music for Kingdom Hearts 1 when you're at the main menu.
Yeah,
Listen.
two forces are better than one. Right, Riku? Okay. Can I get in there to fight that thing now?
Yes, but Sora,
I'll be fine. See ya in a jiff.
Yeah, I understand how beeps and boops work sometimes. I know that it's called theming. It's a motif of the Kingdom Hearts series. I think those are the right words. Excuse me. Alrighty. I am gonna go and end the stream. Hang on a second. I need to try and get to the right thingy-madiggy. Alright, I'm gonna hit play on this thing. And then head over to the chat with this one. And then I need to stop the game here. And I need to have it enter into rest mode. Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, no. But the fact of the matter is that, like, I'm getting a little toasty in this room for some weird reason. It might be because of the shirt I'm wearing. It might be because of the fact that I actually had the fan turned off for most of the day until I came back. And I have it on, like, a lower setting than normal. But, yeah. Also, let's see. What happens if I Alt F4 this? No, do not Alt F4 OBS. Do not Alt F4 OBS. Why was it wanting to Alt F4 OBS? We want to Alt F4 that. There we go. And then it's on the wrong thingy-majiggy, so we go back to here. Thank you for the boopsy. Alrighty. And then, once again, I'm putting my cookie... Cookie? Cookie for Z Doggo. I keep putting my hand to the right side thinking I'm gonna hit cookie for Jason. I keep putting my hand to the right side thinking I'm gonna grab onto the mouse, but again, it's broken. I have to like do all of my I have to try and move all the things around using like keyboard shortcuts and what have you. Cookie for Trex. Did you know there's like 100 redeem cookie limit for peeps? All right. Now, I'm going to try and get over to the Twitch to the Chrome. And then cookie for Jason again. Let me see. All right. Holding tab and... Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'll get to it. 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 I'll get to... It wants to go down the activity feed, annoyingly enough. All right, give me a sec. 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 I'll go the other way around. I'll wrap it around. You. All right. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Raid channel. And I'm fairly sure Kusaki is... Come on. Okay, Kusaki... I have a cookie in my hand? Okay, let me get the cookie out of my hand. There we go, the cookie's out of my hand. We're gonna go for Kusaki Desu. How is he going in his stream right now? All right, he's in the sand. Okay, so it looks like he's doing some weird like sand thingy-madiggy in the desert while playing Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So I'm just gotta hit all the tab thingy-madiggies. So what would be a good raid message for the Legend of Zelda thingy-madiggy? Because, like, normally this is our raid message. Himbo raid, show us your cutest guy, gals, or non-bardy pals. Have a good day. We love you a lot, and a lot of doggo kisses for the big boy. Thank you so much. See, doggo?
89. Everyone wants my dick. Sky wanted me to say, hey, listen.
You fell asleep again, Renee. Not to worry, not to worry. All right, I think we're gonna go for the classic raid message because I have like no proper means of being able to like, you know, click and do edits and pick all the emojis I want. So we're gonna go raid into Kusaki. If you need the raid message, here you go. Oh shit, how am I gonna get to the raid message? Fuck, I did not think this through. All right, hang on a sec. Maybe if I get to Twitch on my mobile phone and copy the text there. So if I go to my channel and I go to... Why is chat not an option when I'm on my channel? Why do I have to go into the very, like, thingy-madiggy? All right, hang on a sec. 1, 2, 3. Hit pause on that, so then that way. And then... No, I don't want to... I want to copy this text. Let me copy the text! Oh, I can't do this. Ah. All right, I'm gonna cap this stream off by saying, if there's any gift suggestions to Throne, I would greatly appreciate it, especially if it was a mouse. Feel free to donate to my coffee, which is found... where is my... Hang on a sec. I can type in my own thingy-majiggy, right? Donate. So, the donation link there. And then there's Throne here if you want to contribute to any of the wish list items. But otherwise, thank you everyone who came along to tonight's stream. I greatly appreciate it. We're going to go raid in Kusaki now.